first approached about making this video, I said, absolutely not, no way. I don't want people out there that may have known me before, I don't want them to think this is an act or I'm being phony. The reason I finally decided I would do it, seeing how my story might be able to help just one person. It can work for me, it can work for anyone. My name is Josh Tucker. This is my wife, Carly. Been sober for coming up on 2.5 years. Our marriage was good, but I wasn't a good husband. I'd get home and for whatever reason, I'm not ready to come in the house yet. And I'm sitting out in the truck drinking beer, and then I fall asleep in my truck.
With the music on full blast. And that put a strain on us, on me, because you can't help but think, how come I'm not? Why don't you want to come home to me? So that was kind of hard at times, but it was alcohol that was keeping him from these active roles, whether it's him being a father or a spouse or even just life in general, the good things in life.
I was good at an awful lot of things in my life, but I wasn't good at drinking. I would drink too much. I would go out to dinner, tell myself I'm only going to have one glass of whatever, but by the time I make it back home, I ended up having 6 or 8, and I'm drunk. I remember drinking with friends. I remember getting drunk in 8th grade. Junior and senior year of high school, I think, is whenever it became more prevalent. I was recruited to play football at OU, but there was always a party to go to. There was always alcohol. Guys like me would take that to the extreme, I think. I had taken a job out of college in Wisconsin. I ended up getting a DUI. The company basically said, you're fired, and I was ready to come back home. It was a very scary time. Maybe one of the rock bottoms. That's whenever I realized I've got to get a handle on this and just quit drinking. And I did for 9 months. I think I was staying sober because of the work I was putting in every morning. I would get up early, I'd read the Bible, I'd listen to worship music, I would journal, I'd pray. That would hold me through until the next morning. That's what, looking back on it, I think is what was happening. And that's why I was able to stay sober for 3 months or 4 months, because I was working for it. But I couldn't keep it up forever. You miss for this reason or that reason. I quit doing it, start drinking again. And this went all the way from 28, 29 years old, all the way up until I was 35 years old. 2015, things changed. I had divorced my daughter's mom. I went to Mexico a lot. It was just more parties and binge drinking. And I'm thankful for those trips to Mexico, because it was on one of those trips that I met Carly. I made her my wife as quick as possible.
3 months to the day of our first meeting that we got engaged. I truly feel like us meeting each other has been a heaven-sent thing, that we are very much meant for each other. But would I be annoyed and get resentful that here I'm at home with the babies and having to do things and clean up messes? And yeah, it was justified. While I worked all day, I deserve a couple beers. And of course, with him, a couple was more like 10.
I'd given up on the hope of figuring out how to become sober and stay sober. One time my wife was driving, because I drank too much. She was mad at me because I was drinking in the car going down I-35. But we got a text from Glenn and Christina. He said, hey, we're preaching at this